Good morning, America, and to the rest of the world. Welcome to Rich TV, where we talk about sports and give our opinions and analysis on everything that's going on. Happy July 4th to everyone here at home and also abroad if you do like American culture, basically. Let's get to it. First reports is on Lonzo Ball. He will be out for next season due to his injury. So therefore, there's reported that the Chicago Bulls have requested for the NBA to give them an extension for salary extension contracts for in the tune of $10.2 million, so that they can acquire another player in the absence of Lonzo Ball for while he is recovering. Hopefully everything goes well on his end, and let's hope for the best for everyone involved in this unfortunate situation with his injury. Moving on to his brother, LaMelo Ball. He's just signed a historic NBA contract for $260 million for 5 years from the Charlotte Hornets. That's a very good payday for the young man. Congrats to him and his family. LeVar Ball his father did predict that 2 of his sons will be playing in the NBA at least, and I have to give credit for that. Going forward, let's see if the Charlotte Hornets can take advantage of LaMelo Ball's talent and finally start making a push for some NBA playoffs and hopefully to win a championship one day. The great Michael Jordan has also, as we know, sold the team. He did use the draft pick, the second pick, and he chose his player to before handing over the franchise to the new owners that purchased the rights to be a part of the NBA family. So hopefully going forward, this franchise do well and hopefully one day win their first NBA World Championship and bring joy to the state of North Carolina and Charlotte, for the city of Charlotte. I think they do deserve a parade one day and to be recognized as NBA World Champions. Moving forward from that, there's also reports on Russell Westbrook signing a 2-year $8 million contract. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't want Westbrook to sign that contract. I think he's such an exceptional player of great talents that he deserved more money than that. I know he's taken the pay cut basically to stay in his hometown of Los Angeles, but I think it's a disservice to the NBA on the whole that a player of his great talents is taking such a steep pay cut when he is still at least mid-level talented, that he should have been garnering probably at least $10 to $15 million a season, where he could have gotten even maybe a 3-year contract worth in the realm of $45 to $50 million. So that's a good signing for the Clippers. But I think on Russell Westbrook's part, I think he deserves more money, especially with talents like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. More concerningly, Kawhi Leonard, who is an NBA world champion, but he hasn't lived up to the hype in Los Angeles for the Clippers, being out of commission all this time with injuries and so forth. They haven't really gotten a good return on investment from the Kawhi Leonard business. Now, I would say with the Paul George, he did decent, and he did the best he can. Unfortunately, he also was ridden with injuries, but he at least carried them to a Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. along with Coach Ty Lue, spearheading them and coaching them so well. So let's see what goes on with that. But good luck to all the parties involved. Still glad to see Russell Westbrook has a job in the NBA, but like I said before, just a bit disappointed. I think he deserved more money for his talents. But let's see going forward what happens. If they win an NBA championship, then it will be well worth it. If not, then not really so. But let's see what goes on from there. And in other news, also Dillon Brooks has signed a 4-year, $80 million contract, which shows that hard work does pays off in the NBA as well. Yes, he had some situations with the Grizzlies in terms of leadership style. They didn't like what was going on there, and they wanted to protect their main superstar in Ja Morant. But I think Dillon Brooks is a man who wears his heart on his sleeve for whatever franchise he represents. And this time it paid off in him getting signed to the Houston Rockets for that massive contract of $80 million for 4 years. I think that's a great pickup for Houston Rockets, but hopefully he lives up to the contract and actually play some good basketball and help lead the rookies, help lead this young team to help go further. Also with Fred VanVleet that they have gotten for $100+ million contract, also I think for 4 years, or I believe. Those two are good pickups. And then also with now having Ime Udoka, I think this is going to be a real test for him to see if he can lead an NBA franchise. We know what he did in Boston was magnificent because the former head coach, who's now the head of basketball operations in the Boston Celtics, never reached the NBA Finals, but he did went to, I believe, 3 Eastern Conference Finals, and he was coming up against LeBron James and the Cavs, and we all know that's a very tall task to go over. But him leading this team, making Isaiah Thomas one of his focal points, a point guard at that point, I think was 5'9" in height or 5'10", around there, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" in height, and being able to mold that young team and get the best productivity out of them was amazing. And then Ime Udoka inheriting that team and carrying them all the way to the finals. Even though they lost to the Golden State Warriors, you have to respect what they did. They took that series to a 6-game series finals. It was very entertaining, and they left everything on the basketball court. So now him achieving that, and then we know the unfortunate circumstances of his departure from the Boston Celtics now to the Houston Rockets. Let's actually see if he can produce something that is of great magnitude in helping them win an NBA, not win an NBA championship, but at least make it to the playoffs or the play-in. If they can get through the play-in into the playoffs and make some noise, even if they don't get out of the first round, but they take it to 6 games or 7 games, like what a Chris Paul did with the Oklahoma City Thunder, when nobody had them in the books of doing anything, but they won 50+ games, and then they went on into the NBA playoffs and took a contender to 7 games. Is unbelievable. So if Ime Udoka can do that with this squad, I think that would help solidify him as being one of the top tier coaches in the NBA. Also, with that being said, we have also going on. We have other news about Damian Lillard, that he's also trying to get his trades in, and his main target is the Heat. But we'll see what happens, because as we know, the NBA franchise of the Portland Trailblazers do not want to send him. They want to get the most assets for him. So let's see what goes on. Stay tuned. We're going to have more updates on these news as we go on. And also, NFL is coming back soon. We're going to talk about that in my team, especially with the New York Giants, is what's going on with Saquon Barkley. I really hope he gets his money, but we know what the market for the running backs, but that's a whole nother story. I have an idea on what they should do, like just in terms of general for running backs in today's NFL and the National Football League, what they should do so that they can get fair compensation for their talents and the work that they put out in playing for football. But stay tuned for the next video. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what do you guys think on what's going on. Let me know what you're willing to hear about more, and we'll continue with having the discussions. Grab a cup of coffee and let's go. Thank you.